Picking the right cabin can make or break your family cruise experience. Do you go for the budget-friendly interior room or splurge on that balcony? Should you choose connecting cabins or stick to one big room? Hey everybody, welcome back to Roll for Boarding, where we help you level up your cruise game. Today, we're talking all about how to choose the right cabin for families. Stick around because I'll also share the number one mistake families make when booking cabins and how to avoid it. When you're cruising as a family, your cabin isn't just a place to sleep, it's your home base. Whether it's nap time, getting ready for dinner, or just having some downtime, the space you choose can affect how smooth and how enjoyable your trip is. Let's talk cabin types. First, you have your interior cabin. This is always going to be your cheapest option, no windows, and it's really not a bad choice if you're planning to spend most of your time exploring the ship out in port. They are the smallest and they can feel a little tight when you've got kids involved. Second are Oceanview cabins. This is a small upgrade. It's mostly just an interior cabin with a window or porthole to give you a little bit of natural light, and that can make a pretty big difference for some people. Balconies. These are more expensive, but they are worth considering for families. They give you a little bit of extra space, and parents have a little extra spot to relax outside while the kids might be napping inside. Suites and family cabins. Designed for groups, these often have more space and sometimes more perks like priority boarding and things like that, but they are more pricey. It could be worth it for bigger families, but you're really going to have to figure that out with your family's particular situation. Cabin location also matters a lot, and it's one of the most overlooked things. So you could pick a cabin near activities on the ship that you know that your kids are going to want to go to, like kids clubs or pools, which they're using them every day. It's a lot less of a walk than having to go all the way across the ship. Midship is also good if you have anyone that's getting seasick. Forward or aft is often a little bit cheaper. You can get more movement, so a lot of times people highly recommend midship cabins if you're particularly prone to seasickness. Of course, you also have the noise factor as well. Avoid cabins that are directly under the pool deck, the nightclub, theaters, because those late night sounds can also travel. Think about your family's routine. Do you want quick access to food? Do you want to make sure that the area is quiet during the day for naps? Because some areas of the ship are going to be pretty loud during the day. Are you looking for convenience? Are you most concerned about your budget? You're going to want to take all these into account when you're picking your cabin. Here are some family specific things to consider. One are connecting cabins. If you've got a large family or if you have teens that might want their own space, getting two cabins with the connecting door in between may be a fantastic option. You're doubling your effective space and you're also getting all the extra storage and the ever important extra bathroom. Extra beds. Some cabins have pull down bunks or Pullman beds, or they have sofa beds. You're going to want to double and triple check the layout of your cabin before booking to make sure that you're getting the type of extra bed that you're looking for, because there is a big difference. The pull down bunks are often almost on top in some cases of the main bed in the room. So if you don't really like the whole idea of sleeping underneath basically a bunk bed, or if you have small children, you may want to take that into account. Bathrooms. Suites often have two bathrooms, which can be a game changer for families. Some configurations on certain ships have split bathrooms where you have one area with a shower and then you have another area with a toilet and sinks to get ready, things of that nature. Someone could be using the shower and then someone else could be using the other side to get ready, all in the same room. Connecting cabins also provide the extra benefit of two bathrooms, and this is oftentimes generally a cheaper option than booking a suite. Of course, safety is always a concern with families, so if you've got younger kids, you may want to think carefully about a balcony and how it's set up to make sure that you feel comfortable. So let's talk money. Interior cabins can save you thousands on a week long cruise, but the lack of space can be problematic when you have kids and all of their stuff. On the flip side to that, balconies and suites are also a splurge. But if having that extra space keeps everyone happier, it might be worth it. My tip, sometimes connecting two interior cabins is going to be cheaper than a large suite, and you may be actually getting more bang for your buck there. So um, always compare the prices between the two and see what works out best for you. What did my family do, and what are we still kind of worried about when it comes to cabins? So we did book an interior cabin, and a lot of that had to do with cost. Traveling over any of the main holidays is going to be more expensive on any ship and any cruise line that you go on. Going with any kind of higher cabin tier was going to be beyond the price point we are going to be willing to pay. If you want to nap or you have kids that still nap, make sure to take extra precautions about noise. Even during the day, music playing outside can still be disruptive to an afternoon nap as much as being near a nighttime venue or under the pool deck at 5 a.m. I'm one of those people that personally I need some sound to sleep, but I also don't want all the noises of the outside world to help me do it. So if you expect that noise may be an issue, um, whether it's night or day, bring some earplugs or bring a sound machine to help cover that up. Some kids sleep a little bit better with sound machines, anyways, so this may be something you want to think about. What's the biggest mistake that families can make? And that's probably not checking the exact layout of the cabin before booking. Families can get stuck with cabins that look kind of big on paper or they think it's going to be big enough, but you then pull out the sofa bed and you can barely move around. So always look at the deck plans, look at photos before you kind of lock in that final choice. You should very much consider the beds with kids. Some cabins have the Pullman beds, and yes, those are going to take up because they fold in and out of the ceiling. So they're going to take up less room in the overall cabin itself. But you might not want your kids sleeping right over you. The Pullman beds are higher up, so for younger children, that might not be an option you want to consider. And it's probably fine though for older kids. We have a sofa bed in our cabin, and I've certainly seen pictures where a pulled out sofa bed takes up a lot of walking space in a cabin. So, yes, I am a little bit concerned about it. However, I'm not personally sure that we're even going to use the sofa bed as a bed. My son will more than happily sleep on a sofa with a pillow and a blanket, And then we don't have to worry about it getting, made up or made down during the day. And since he's okay with it and happy with it, that's one less thing that we have to worry about in that regard. However, if you have more than one child, that little hack isn't going, or if they won't sleep on the sofa without it being made up, then, that's probably not going to be an option for you. So here's the real takeaway. The best cabin for families is going to depend on a lot of factors, including your budget, your kids' ages, and how much space you're realistically going to use. If you're on a tight budget and plan to be out all day, an interior's fine. If naps and downtime's really going to matter, you might want an ocean view or a balcony. And if you want maximum comfort, look into connecting cabins or family suites. Now I want to hear from you. What kind of cabin does your family usually choose? Drop your answer in the comments because your tip might help another family plan their perfect cruise. If you found this helpful, hit that like and subscribe to Roll for Boarding for more family-focused cruise prep. And if you're still debating add-ons, check out my full video on cruise beverage packages. I'll link it in the description below.